All right, let me just give you a few quick examples of how we can use the GIS software. There's all kinds of things you can do with it. Um, it makes uh, computer maps, it combines data together. For example, here I have a computer map of land use and habitat type in a section of the Illinois River. Now you can make these maps yourself, but most of the things you want to work with, somebody's already made them. So I just went and downloaded this. So this is the Illinois River. This is a large stretch of the river. If we zoom in, you can kind of zoom in on a part here, and you can see you've got a lot more detail. But what I'm looking at here are different land use and habitat types. So I can just click on the information button here, and you see that that section of this river bottom is agriculture. And not only that, I can see how many acres that section is right there. I can see the perimeter of that side. I can click on something else. That little part there, that's open water. That's a little backwater lake. If I click on, that's also open water. Let's find something different here. That's also agriculture. Well, let's see, it is the Illinois River. There's a lot of agriculture and open water. These red things here. Okay, populous community. That's a town right there. Look at different things. Here's a wet meadow. So you can see the advantage of this for quantifying land use and habitat type. You can also do simple measurements if you had things to measure. You can get the ruler out here and you can measure the length of something, the distance between things. But then you can also get different layers and lay them on top, and you can have the software do some work for you. So for example, I wanted to go out and sample this area, but I wanted to have some random sampling sites. So I had the GIS software make me some random sampling sites, and here they are. You see all these yellow dots. These are purely random sites on this map. So I could have the software spit out the GPS coordinates of each one of these points. I could load it into my GPS, handheld GPS, and then I could have it take me right to all these points where I could do some sort of sampling. That's just one of many uses of the software. Another example here involves using radio-collared animals. So for example, here are a bunch of points. Let me make them a little bit bigger so you can see them. This is one individual that had a radio collar on. And so all these points are the coordinates of where that animal was found at different times. And so you can use these and you can look at patterns in the animal behavior. So for example, you can have the GIS software calculate the home range. This is a crude estimation of home range called the minimum convex polygon. It just connects the outermost points. And so then you would say, okay, well, then this represents the home range of this animal. And you could do things like look at the area of it. I don't have the area of it right now, but I can have the software. It's easy enough. I can just add a field, call this field area. I can right click and do calculate geometry, and I can do it in square meters, and then right there you have the square meters of that animal's home range, just that quick. Well, that would be very useful. Of course, this is not a very good estimate of home range, the minimum convex polygon, so I can do something a little bit more sophisticated. Excuse me. This is a kernel density estimate is what it's called, but you can see how you've got this area down here where the animal is more clustered, and that better defines the home area. And you've got these other points that are kind of spread off, and they're not as important to the home area. Then you can look at something called the core area, which is a point within the home area that's used more intensely. And you can see again where you've got this area where the animal has been found many times in this small area. That area is probably very important to that animal. Well, then you could lay these home ranges on top of something like we saw before, a habitat map, and you could summarize the habitat that's found in the home range and the core range of this animal. Here's another example of something similar. This is another stretch. This is on the Mississippi River. If we zoom in and look, we've got habitat. If you look here, you've got the main channel and the main channel border, the deeper water. If I click this type of habitat is called a secondary channel or a side channel. So you've got different habitat types. And then here are, again, some tagged animals that we've tracked. And every time you relocate an animal, you record its GPS coordinates. And so then you can lay those coordinates on top of a habitat map. And then we can do something like summarize, like how often are these fish found in different habitats. You can just do something like a spatial join here. And you just have the software calculate how many of those fish locations are found in each habitat type. And here you have it. So you've got 22 that were found in the dike habitat. You've got 18 that were found in the main channel border. You've got 5 that were found in secondary channel. You've got none found in a tributary channel or tertiary channel. And of course, you've got the calculates the area of each of those, so you can look at the density of organisms per area. It's a very useful thing. You can also do some things that are kind of cool as far as using do things in 3D. So this is a map of a pond. Went out and measured the depth of the pond, and then we're able to use the GIS software to make a three-dimensional map. And then you can take and let me grab the correct tool. And so then you can kind of do cool things, like you can swing this around and you can look at the three-dimensional map from different angles. This is not a great map. I didn't take very many points. You can make the maps a lot better, but you see the potential here. You can kind of zoom in, and right now we're flying, so like we can pretend we're a bird that we're flying over the lake, and now we're a fish swimming in the lake. And oh, we can swim around and see what it looks like from the fish's eye view. So you know, that's just kind of cool. So this is just a short intro into all the cool things you can do, but it's something that's really useful if you're into ecology and if you're into living things and collecting data and comparing all these different kinds of data. So that is the GIS software in a nutshell. Thanks a lot.